Hello, welcome back to the Fishlocker workshop. I'm now going to be going through what's called my wrecking rig. That's just the name that I give it. It's basically a scratching rig for big fish that I like to use on wrecks and rough ground for catching the likes of cod and ling and conger. And this is it. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just like a 2-hook scratching rig, but for big fish. Overall, it's about maybe 3 foot long. It's got 2 standoff hook lengths of about 8 to 10 inch. 2 muppets, and it's got 2 10-0 Cox and Royal meat hooks. Now the beauty of this, it takes no time at all to tie, and if you lose the lot, as you often do lose gear when you're fishing in wrecks, all you've really lost there, a little bit of line, 2 hooks, 2 muppets. It's not going to break the bank. I'll show you how to make it now. All I've been using, that was 200 pound mono. I've been using this, it's triple fish mono at the minute. Now the 300 pound there is quite thick, so for that I've had to use crimps. I'll show you that in a minute. When you're using something thinner, which is like this is 200 pound. 200 pound still fine. You can tie it easier. To start off with, make a loop, tie what's called double loop. So you go through the loop once, go through twice. Wet the knot, tighten down. It is very important to wet the knot before you tighten down, because with monofilament, when you tighten the knot down and it tightens up on itself, the line, when it rubs along itself, causes friction, which causes heat, which damages the mono. The saliva just acts as like a bit of a lubricant. Down about a foot, make a decent sized loop, and all you do is you just twist through 3, 4, 5, and then take the line and pass it through the loop. Like that. Watch it. Tighten down evenly, look. That's what's called a blood loop. Come down again, about another foot. Make another big loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pass it through the hole. Lubricate or not. Tighten down. There you go. There's your knot. There's your 2 loops. Down about another foot. You tie in another double loop. Through once, through twice. Lubricate your knot and pull tight. That effectively is your rig. There you are. 2.5 to 3 feet long. Very simple, just 2 standoff loops, and it's symmetrical, so you can fish it this way up or this way up. I've been having a lot of success lately using these green muppets. There. There's nothing special about them. Bought them off eBay, pennies. Yeah, look. You can see, look, it's taken top hook of my wrecking rig. This one will be about £10. Snip the tips off, so you've got a little hole in the end, and all you're doing is you'll just slide them up the loop like that. I love these meat hooks. You could practically anchor a boat with them. I've used them recently at the British Conger Club annual competition, and they did me fantastic. I haven't yet seen one of these hooks bend out straight yet. They hold a point for ages. They've got a nice big gape on them, so you can get a good bait, and they deliver a fantastic hook hold, even through hard sculls like a conger. Perfect hook hold. Again, a 10-0 meat hook, Coxton Raw meat hook. Brilliant hooks. Strong as you like. Oh, there's one. Slide the muppet up. Now all I've done there is I've just passed the loop through the muppet, and then you just pass the loop through the eye of the hook like that. Pass it over, pull it down. The beauty of this is if that you want to change the hook to a smaller hook or to a bigger hook, slip the hook off, take your new hook, pass the loop through the eye, run it down. Now the benefit of doing this, not only is it easier to change the hook, but this is now twice as strong. Now Ling are renowned for having really sharp teeth and biting through weaker hook lengths. This on its own is £200. This now is £400 because it's doubled up. And with having a muppet on there, the muppet not only is it attraction, added attraction, but when it's on the line there, it's added abrasion resistance. There's your rig. Now on the bottom, I like to fish a little snap like that. This is just a little weak one that I use for my shore fishing, like when I'm wrassing. It's got probably a breaking strain of about 25 to 30 pound. The reason being is that when I'm fishing in the wrecks and I've got a lead attached like that, and this has come through, if this ever gets stuck in the wreck, this £200 line, and then my lead is £60, and then my braid's like £45, this is the weakest link. So it's like having a strong rotten bottom. I find if you use like £20 line, it breaks too easy and you lose leads all the time. Whereas this, it's strong enough that it will hold, but weak enough that it will give when you need it to. And the top here, all you do there, you can just double it over and connect it to your coast lock or your snap spool. I like to bait these with either like a full squid or a mackerel head or a mackerel flapper or a mackerel fillet or anything you can get, poor cod, whiting fillet, just a bit of bait on there, and all you do is you just bounce it through the wreck. Now you can use other muppets. See, I found that pink does really well for cod. Conger and Ling, I've been finding, have been taking these green ones or these luminous ones. Conger seem to like the lumi ones. You can end them in other ways as well. Instead of just putting a double loop on the end like that, you can end them in a swivel. If you're confident at tying knots to swivels or knots to terminal tackle with heavy mono, go for it. At the moment, that was £200 mono. I've been having real good results with this £300 triple fish. The only problem with it is it's quite heavy. It's quite heavy to tie knots in. So in that case, all I've started doing, you just put a little Flemish eye and have one of them little aluminium crimps. Strong as you like. Just exactly the same rig, apart from it's, now look, just the same 2-hook rig, apart from the ends are crimped instead of tied. Now this rig, this actual rig, you'll see it's a little bit chewed. I've found that conger usually take the bottom hook, whereas Ling will usually take the top hook. I've just landed a PB Ling on this exact trace, and you can see it's a little bit chewed up. See, the Muppet's seen better days, and you can see that the line is a little bit frayed and chewed up. But the Muppet there, imagine how bad the line would have been if the Muppet wasn't there. The Muppet saved loads of damage on the line, and I landed the fish. I landed a beautiful fish. I'm going to put a little bit of a video in of that. Jesus Christ, it's 5 foot long, gotta be well over 30 pound. What an absolute brute. Taken on my wrecking rig. The size of its head, look. Now another one of the beauties of this rig is quite often you'll find that with ling and things like that, ling and cod, they will absolutely engulf a hook this size. Even if you've got a big bait on, they will swallow it whole. And quite often it hooks down low, like right down in the bottom, almost like back the gullet. One of the ways that you can get that out is if you open up the gill and you can see the hook, all you do is you pull it out of the gill like that, then slide the hook off the trace like that. So you take the hook out this way and then pull the trace out of its mouth. The same way that it's easy for changing hooks, change it to a bigger one, a smaller one, or if you damage the point on it, whatever, just pop the hook off, slide the trace out. Saves you having to cut a hook off. And like I say, worst case comes round, it takes you 2 minutes to make a new trace. All it is 2 hooks, 2 Muppets and a bit of line. That is my wrecking rig. I hope this helps, and let me know how you get on.